coming in from the oil marketing companies. To understand more about this, let's get in Aditi Pasari, Joint Managing Director at Gulshan Polyols. Ma'am, firstly to start off with, how significant is this 1,184 crore ethanol supply order that you have announced? What does this mean for your overall revenue guidance for FY26, and how much of this number would come in into this financial year and how much will fall into the next financial year?
So I'd like to thank the OMCs for granting us this order of almost 1,200 crores on the top line, which is about 17.54 crore liter of ethanol supply in ESY 25-26. So the ESY starts from 1st November and goes on to October. So we will be getting some months in this year and the balance months in the next year. This is substantial for us. However, we are slightly disappointed as we were expecting and hoping and applied for better quantities. So we are a little disappointed on the allocation part. It is almost 20 to 25% lower than what we had applied for and what we were expecting on the order front. But however, we are hopeful that this is only the first cycle and we will be able to make up the balance in the subsequent cycle, maybe in C2, C3, C4 as they come along the year. But this current order does ensure 70% of our capacity utilization on the ethanol division front.
But you were targeting at a higher utilization level for FY26, around 80 to 90 odd %. By when can that be achievable?
So as I said, that we are disappointed on the allocation that we have received from the OMCs, and I hope that this balance of 20% orders will come in the subsequent cycles.
So just want to understand, on this kind of an order that you expect in the subsequent quarters or so, the 22-23% of a growth guidance that we've given in terms of the top line guidance, does that stay, or do we expect a revision in terms of that also? Because you're targeting a top line of around 2,400 crores. So just want to get an overall sense on this as well.
So current order ensures about 1,200 crores of top line. Plus, we also have our other divisions, the grain processing division, as well as the mineral processing division, which will give us an additional revenue of about 1,000 crores. Plus, we are expecting to achieve what we're targeting from the additional cycles which come along the way.
Okay. So, are you setting up new capacity? Sorry, please go on.
So we are still on target.
Okay. So the 23 to 24% of a growth guidance stays for FY26. Apart from that, just want to understand on the capex also. Now with these new orders coming into the picture, what's the kind of capex plan that you've built? Are you setting up new capacities? What's the outlook there?
On the ethanol division, until there is assurance from the government increasing the blending percentage, currently it is about 20%. Until it goes up to 27% or more than 20%, and there is also the flexi vehicles get approved. So until then, any kind of a capacity expansion on the ethanol division is on hold for us. However, we are looking at adding more value-added products in the grain processing division in the coming year.
Right, and when it comes to your overall guidance, I believe it was close to 2,300 to 2,400. Is that still on track?
Yes, absolutely. We are still on track.
Any chances of going overboard on that number?
I think we should be sticking to this number. We are
and the margins will okay, right. And EBITDA margins for ethanol also will remain in the bracket of 9 to 10. And how are you seeing the overall margins?
They should be on similar lines as Q1.
Okay, and ethanol will remain in 9 to 10% margin bracket.
We are quite hopeful because we have actually got a lot of relief from the release of FCI rice to the ethanol industry. So the government has actually, the entire order book consists 40% of FCI-based ethanol. So there the margins are marginal, about EBITDA positive. But because of the release of FCI rice for the ethanol industry, the other grains prices have stabilized, which has definitely given us a better margin on the bottom line.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that, Aditi, for joining and sharing that perspective on the company. So, we are looking at a 9% of an uptick in terms of where Gulshan Polyols is concerned. But let's talk about Garuda.